So, last Sunday, I spent the entire day on a plane crossing the country for OpenAI's Dev Day conference. The conference was extremely well done. The company put a lot of thought into every detail, down to the font choice on the ID badges, and honestly, it was just a lot of fun. It was fun to meet new people, fun to learn technologies. I actually got to ride in a self driving car for the first time, which was interesting, and got dropped off right next to a homeless encampment, which says a lot about San Francisco, and catch up with some old friends. This event had roughly about 900 people, and I think for a lot of people there and a lot of people watching online, the advent of this technology might go back roughly a year to the launch of ChatGPT. They might have heard of AI from a colleague at work, or some neighbor kid is using ChatGPT as a way to avoid doing math homework, or maybe they even saw the South Park episode where the boys were using ChatGPT to text their girlfriends. But I think, though, for me, this event had a deeper meaning than the people that were attending. This was kind of a victory lap of sorts. Let me explain. I've actually been part of a group called the OpenAI Developer Ambassadors for a little over 3 years now. There's about 8 of us total, 9, 8, 8.5, depending on the how you look at it. And we've spent this years working together, meeting every Thursday to just talk about AI, kind of pitch each other ideas, work together, try models early when they come out early from OpenAI's kind of like, playing with Codex early, or GPT-4 early, for example, and kind of giving early feedback on it, and giving office hours to the community, especially in the initial couple of years where the community was a lot smaller than it is today. What's interesting about our group is that we're really a self-sustaining cabal of friends, and we became friends in a time that the world was really hostile to the idea of new friendships. There was a lot of COVID-era malaise about Zoom. Everybody was just tired of Zooming all the time. June of 2020, GPT-3 was a very bleeding-edge technology that was very much unproven. And then there's just always the freneticism of keeping up with the Joneses on the internet, right? All the social media trends and influencing, and how quickly things flip over at fashion. In a way, we were just, and are, a ragtag group of computer nerds. But we were not just computer nerds, we were computer nerds that were blessed with the ability to act upon these fascinations and use our unique talents and resources to affect the change that we hope to see in the world using this technology. And that has come in many different shapes and sizes, from open source libraries to full SaaS apps to client work to leadership positions and speaking opportunities. A lot has changed over the past 3 years. I've learned countless lessons from these people, lessons that I don't think that I could have gotten from a more rigid group, such as coworkers who come and go as their careers dictate, or only really your friend because they also signed a contract at the same place that you signed a contract, or a less rigid group, such as the kids that you grew up with from your peer group who happen to share the same zip code and roughly the same birth date. So if there's a deeper point, it might be something like this. Some values only reveal their relevancy and perhaps fragility in hindsight. One of these values that people miss, including me, definitely me, is to enjoy the journey while you're in the middle of journeying. I happen to be quite a type A, let's call it, analyst, really neurotic person. I spend a lot of my conscious hours of the day plotting and executing, and in the quest to automate everything, it seems that what I'm really looking for is causal control, to feel like at the end of my life that I had some, ownership of what was the hurricane whirlwind of just being alive. The problem with that goal is that if you become so focused on it, blinders will prevent you from picking up positive surprises in your life. You'll shut them down as soon as they appear. The group here in these photos is a testament to this. This group is a prime example of a positive, unexpected externality. not born of intention directly, but born of the effort applied to something with no guarantee of payoff. Effort's important here because it's not breadth first search. It's not about novelty. It's not about seeking blindly and just trying everything that you can get your hands on. I think it's actually much more important to choose something and really find how deep it goes, whether that's a relationship or a project or a philosophy, a way of thinking. There's a lot of things that a person can do, but few that a person can do well. What is a goal if it is not achievable? What is a journey if it doesn't end? Do either of these things even really matter? On my FAQ page for my website, I list Jing's from Hunter x Hunter's quote about side trips to be one of my commandments of sorts. In a way, though, this is a lie, or perhaps more self-compassionately, an aspiration. I've yet to enjoy the journey while journeying, or pausing to appreciate the small things in life, even when I'm on top of my meditation, reading, and sleep habits. I really do feel sometimes like a breathing thunderstorm, a maw that requires constant winds and debris just to stay afloat, to stay raging, to stay punishing, to exist. This group was the first time, in my adult life at least, that I'm forced to stop and marvel at what we've done, where we're going, where we've been, and who we are as a unit. There's nothing really to do but to sit by the shore of the lake, appreciate as the waves lap gently at the sand, and make really, really, really cool shit. I'll end this with a quote. We all start as strangers, but we forget that we rarely choose who ends up a stranger too. And this is from 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. I might just be feeling nostalgic. I have been on a little bit of a country music bender lately.